Turning now to politics, President Obama is set to sign a sweeping package of financial reforms on Wednesday. By a 60-39 vote yesterday, the Senate passed that bill. It's another legislative victory for the president. His poll numbers, however, are worse than ever. Joining us now, CBS News chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation, Bob Schieffer. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, and can I report first that I'm safe? I made it to high ground and rode out this quake.
Well, that's good. Then you saved me the first question. That gives us more time for politics, Bob. Glad to hear all is well after that 3.6 magnitude quake.
They actually did find it. They did hear it here at our bureau downtown, Erica.
Really?
Some of the fellows that got in here a little early. I'm so old I don't feel anything anymore. So, but some people even said it was like the subway going by or something like that.
There you go. Or as Dave Price said, maybe this will wake up some of the folks in Washington.
Exactly.
Let's take a look this morning. The three major pillars, basically, of President Obama's platform here. We're talking financial reform, the stimulus package, and now health care reform. Something passed in all of those at this point, yet his numbers, as we mentioned, now at a 44% overall approval rating. Where is the disconnect there?
Well, I think it all goes back to this economy. I mean, people are in just such a bad humor. When the economy is bad, when people are worried about jobs, when they're worried about making their house payments, it just colors their thinking on everything. And, this happens again. And you're absolutely right. Every time the president gets something done that he promised to do during the campaign, it seems to have the opposite effect. But I think, it all is rooted in this economy. And until this economy starts to look better and gets to the point where people actually feel like it's better, I think he's going to continue to have these problems.
So then does the White House need to work on its message that it's getting out, or does it need to work on the message that the American people are sending and it's listening to that message?
Well, there's no question that people are frustrated and upset. But I think this is a matter of what's happening out there more than it is a message, a problem with how they're packaging what the president says. People have come to feel that the government can't get out of its own way, and that the government is unable to deal with these problems. I think the fact that you've had this thing going on down in the Gulf, which I don't think anybody can say that's the fault of the president, that this pipeline broke down there. But again, it's just something, they see it every day on television. They say, can't anybody do anything about this stuff? And I think the frustration that grows out of that, people tend to, blame on people who are in office, if not directly, at least indirectly.
It definitely comes with the territory. Some Democrats upset after Press Secretary Robert Gibbs basically said, look, it's possible that the GOP could take over the House. They're saying this is not the kind of support that we need right now as we're heading into this election season. But in the end, could losing the House ultimately be good for the president? Because it certainly helped Bill Clinton.
Erica, I don't think it is ever good to lose. I think you're always better off when you win. But I tell you this, I think unless this economy begins to look a lot better. I mean, Robert Gibbs was just stating the obvious, that if things don't get better with all that anger and frustration out there, a lot of Democrats are going to lose their seats. A lot of Democrats, especially in the House, didn't like to hear that, because the way they see it and the way they hear it, the president's kind of trying to divorce himself from them and sort of leaving them out there on their own, where, he can say, it's their fault if they get beat. It doesn't have anything to do with me. But I think this is just a symptom of the greater problem, and that is, until this economy gets better, everybody in elective office better look out, because they could be in trouble.
Be very careful. No one is safe at this point, except for Bob Schieffer, who is safe in the Washington Bureau this morning. Bob, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Erica.
And, of course, you can see Bob this Sunday on Face the Nation. He'll take a look at Arizona's new immigration law, and will be joined by Arizona U.S. Senate challenger J.D. Hayworth, also former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson.